What's up, y'all? Oh shit. Hey to the program. Alright. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Mercedes, aka Benny Harding. And today I'm back on camera with another video. I know it's been such a long time. It is coming up to be Memorial Day. It's also Mental Health Awareness Month. So I wanted to take time to address not only my mental health, but maybe others, and to talk about some things that maybe people are not ready to talk about or don't have the words to explain how they may feel or how to deal with what they were going through. And that thing that we're talking about today is grief. Yes, I know it's a sensitive subject, a tough subject. It's something that a lot of us don't want to deal with. It's very hard, especially when you lose a loved one or a friend or a family member, however that may be, life circumstances, death, just disagreements, like anything, you know, when a person's not here, either in the physical or in a way that you're used to them being there, it's hard to deal with. And a lot of times, we try to run from that. So I wanted to address it today because, ironically, I wrote this outline. For this video probably almost a year or two. Honestly, I think it was 2 years ago. And I thought I was ready to talk about it, but I realized, like, initially after writing the whole outline, like I had everything I wanted to say, that I just really wasn't ready to talk about it. Like, it sounded good, I had the information, but I wasn't in the point of practicing what I was about to preach. And one thing about me, like, I'm not one to come out here and be faking it until I make it. Like, no, I'm gonna make it when I'm supposed to make it. I don't need to fake it. Like, if it ain't real, we don't want nothing to do with that. So I just wanted to come to y'all as humble as I can to tell y'all not alone, and we gonna get through this. You feel me? So before I start, I want to read. I did take some notes. So as I go on, if there's any information I feel like y'all should learn, I'm going to put it on the screen. Or if it's just anything that I feel like I should share, I'm going to put it on the screen. But I'm first going to start by the definition of what grief is. That way you can know if it's something that you're dealing with that you may not know. Because sometimes grief could be coming to us in the form of a depression. You thinking you just depressed the whole time. It's like you're going through a grieving process. Maybe it might not even have nothing to do with you. I mean, other people. It may be yourself. Parts of yourself that you need to let go of, like trying to turn over new leaves. There's parts of you have to let go of, parts of your ego and parts of the past, and that could lead us to grief, you know, because it's hard to adjust. And the definition of grief: deep sorrow, especially that's caused by someone's death, trouble or annoyance, bother, irritation, nuisance, aggravation. So literally any of those emotions, I ain't gonna lie, you feel all of that when you're going through grief. And I'm going to quickly go through what the grief process looks like psychologically. There's 7 stages of grief. So shock or disbelief, which is when you know something happened, you're in shock, so you're kind of like in airplane mode, which I experienced, and I'll touch on that. But denial, you go through a period, you're like, nah, nope, like, nah. And anger, because you feel me, that sets in that this person not here or this situation ain't what it is, and you start getting mad and shit. And it's so crazy, like, reading this, because in its past 2 years, this is exactly what I've been dealing with. It is crazy that I sit here and do the video, and look, I'm in therapy all this time and I never really, anyway. Bargaining. So that's kind of like, maybe if I would have did this or did that, it wouldn't have happened that way. And then of course, when you start doing that, you get to the next phase, which is you start feeling guilty. It's guilt. You start getting mad and just like all these cycles of emotions. And then you go through a depression because it's like you done let all of this set in, and you like, okay, so what do I do now? This is my new reality. And it's kind of hard sometimes, especially if you lost a loved one. And then you get to the point where you accept it and you have hope. And I feel like that's kind of where I am. But if you know about grief, you could be good today, and then tomorrow it's a wrap for that ass. You was crying. Like, I know for me, just a background about me, if you wondering why I'm bringing up grief, I didn't even give my intro because I just didn't want to get into the sad stuff first, you know. But, you know, I had in 1 year, my brother almost killed in prison. Found that out on Facebook. My sister was diagnosed with cancer. My dad dies. Find that out on Facebook. And then my sister dies. And then my grandma dies. Yeah, that's a lot. And I could keep going, honestly, but I'm trying to be strong for all of us, because I'll go be a warrior for us and bring back information so we can be strong. So I'm gonna be strong in this moment, because of course it's okay to mourn the loss of others that had played a key role in your life, but at some point you have to learn how to move on, and that's what I'm really learning to do. It's hard. My family members have died over 10 years ago, and it still affects me like I just found out yesterday sometimes, you know. And I think people forget that when it comes to me, because I always look like strong on the outside, but that's just how I have to handle it. There's literally, other than Trent, there's nobody but him and God that can help carry me through to the next thing I need to do in life. And I can't sit and harbor on negative emotions. And I know that because we're human, that's what we naturally tend to do, because you're just like, you don't see no way out. But it's like, eventually you're gonna have to find your way out, or you're gonna be real low vibrational and destitute. And who wants to be that way when you can find hope and you can find just faith that things will get better? So I created kind of an outline of things that I want to go over and talk about. Bear with me. If you really want to heal, you'll sit here and it won't be too crazy for you. But if you don't want to heal, or you just not at that point, or maybe you're not even grieving nobody, I understand. But if you are, you know, stay tuned. If you know anything about me, baby, I'm gonna get off topic. I'm gonna get off it. Boom. I literally wrote us a whole document, babes. Like, stop playing. 2 pages for y'all. I picked my brain, outline, and wrote it all down for y'all, because I love y'all that much. One book I'm going to reference in this a lot, which is what helped me accept death, is the book Seed of the Soul. Hold on, matter of fact, I'm gonna go get it. But this book right here changed my life and just how I learned to accept things. So if you want to get more in depth in just life in general and connect with your source, your higher power, yeah. And I know a lot of people are religious, but some people don't know where to go and where to find faith or courage and hope. And that's just all I want to give in this video. I just want to get the information out. But at this point, I'm just talking. So, according to this book, and what I honestly believe in my heart, is the moment we remove our ego, ourselves, and the religion and all of that, and we just look at things on a simple scale, Earth is like a school where souls come to learn new information, to cancel our old soul ties, karmic debt, contracts, raise vibrations on a planet, lower them sometimes. What we think we know about this world or this universe or this, whatever you want to call it. Some people call it an illusion, a matrix. We don't know everything about it. I don't think we ever will. So with that being said, when it comes to death, I feel like we gotta shape our own definition and our own meaning of what it is, despite how sometimes it may happen. You know, it gets tragic. You know, somebody could lose their life to gun violence, natural cause like cancer, you name it. Like, people could lose their life in so many different ways, and for us on this level, it's a tragic thing because we cannot understand or fathom in our mind why. Like, you start asking questions like why, but we not supposed to know why. Then Yolanda tell us the battle ain't ours, it's the Lord's. Like, come on, like, do we need to play it? Do we? Our human ego can never fathom why a person leaves. I think the biggest thing that we could do, which is what I'm learning from, or have learned and continue to learn, is that we have to learn to accept things and accept we don't know everything. And I feel like that's what happens when people pass away, because you be having this whole set up life for who this person gonna be in your life, which is a whole selfish idea and concept within itself. Because if you look deep inside of why you miss that person and why you want them to be here, I can bet you most of it is self-serving. Can almost guarantee. We don't know what that soul, that being that we love so much, may have been dealing with on the depths of who they are. And you don't know who lives they were supposed to change in their absence and why they were taken. I know sometimes it may be tragic, but we got to look at the lesson in these losses and stop looking at everything like it's a bad thing. I know things are tragic. Like, I know. I can't watch the news for that reason. I kind of low-key had to shut certain parts of my brain off just so I can operate, because, bro, like, it be a lot, you know? It make it hard for you to even want to engage with people, because it's like, yo, how can I sit here and sell you a product or do anything with you when I know, like, it's somebody somewhere losing their life right now, but it's also not our job to fix it, which is why we have to let our ego go and whatever we think we know go and just accept things for how they are. Simple. For instance, me, okay, when my dad passed away, it was kind of easier to accept, because although he wasn't like that old in age, it's like, okay, I can deal with that. But when my sister passed away, bro, like, I could not understand that. I'm like, yo, she's 25. We just was making plans. She was about to go to college and she had these whole plans. She was so excited about life despite having cancer. Like, she was starting businesses. Like, she like, girl, I might not work, but I'm about to sell some accessories. So whatever. And I have literally her first pair of earrings she ever made. Like, she gifted them to me. And it's just like, bro, that kind of loss just will mess your head all the way up. But then I had to have the revelation of, which my ego had to get checked, and ask myself, if my sister was here right now, can I personally, single-handedly heal her and make sure her life continued the way she's used to it being? And the reality is, no. She had to get her arm amputated. My sister was super independent. She was in the army and all of that. So, like, you was going to be of service of her. It was no longer going to be her of service to you. On top of that, that's not going to be happy for, like, that wouldn't have been a good time for my sister. Like, no. Although she was pushing through with the cancer, one arm is crazy. No. So for me, I had to really learn to accept that. And it'd be hard because, you know, certain things are happening and I want her to be here and I'd be like, damn, yo, she didn't get to experience this or that. But real life shit, she lived a great life. Like, she really did. In the time span she was here, she did so much. So it's like, I had to really accept it, and it'd be hard. It'd be hard, because, listen, it'd be hard when you see certain things and you go to be like, oh, she would, and then it's like, bro, all right, you can't call her. What are you doing? So it's just like, that thought in my mind, and like, that's what you could put in your head when it comes to your loved one, your family, your friend. If it's somebody that you lost that's not even passed away, like you just have had to, maybe they went to jail, or maybe they all fell out and it's like, we can't fix it. Think about it. Could you single-handedly fix that situation right now? You. And be everything that person needs if they was to return with whatever disability or, what's the word, discrepancy it may be. Are you ready to single-handedly, like, no more God, like, you can't pray to him, you want him back? Is you ready to take on their life? Is you ready to take on that friendship, that relationship, if nobody in that situation changes? If the answer is no, then let it go. Like, for real. It'll benefit you so much more. I promise you. Like, seriously. And I know it's like your ego, you want to hold on to it, because one thing about us humans, we love negativity. It feel good sometimes to cry and be sad, but it's like, okay, this person is, you already know they're in a no whole nother place. So what is you constantly sad about? It's okay to be sad though. It is. It really is. Like, you can be sad. There's nothing to be upset about you being upset. However, to live in it too long, it could be a detriment to your own life. And it's like, you don't want to do that. That's not what your loved one would do. And if it's over a friendship, you want to let your whole life get wasted away because something ain't work out for you. Grieve it, let it go through those steps. And when you start feeling them emotions, figure out what process are you in these steps. Those 7 steps, what you feel. Check in with yourself. Well, I feel angry. Why are you angry? Get to the root of it. Okay, debunk that whole idea, because that's your subconscious telling you to think that. That's your subconscious trying to keep you in this karma loop, because it's like, I want to keep you in this mode because this is where we feel safe. We don't know what's on the other side of this, and your ego gonna try to keep you there because you're gonna start feeling guilty. Like, damn, should I go live my life knowing my loved one in the ground and I can't bring them back? Yes, you should. You should live your life. You totally should. And now you got an angel watching over you when you go out to that party. When you turn up on that island. When you driving in your new whip. And you in your old hood. Shout out to my nigga Meek. But real shit though. I think that's all I really had to touch on today. I felt like I needed to do this. I don't know who this is going to help. I hope it helps somebody. I hope it reaches somebody who needs to hear it, because it's okay. If you have someone that you can talk to, please talk to them. But if you don't, fine. I'm going to try to see if I can find a number and put it below. But like, find something to be happy about. Find something to be grateful about. Find it. Like, even if it's just something that tells you, okay, my loved one wouldn't want me to be sad. If that's the one thing that can help you move forward, use that. For a long time, I used that, but it's like, don't use it to abuse it. Use it to get yourself up, but still check in with yourself and be real with yourself about what you feel, and don't just be you. Take everything I say with as much love and light as you can. That's my true intentions. I do hope this video reaches you with love and light, and it helps you move past something that maybe you may be feeling inside. And if you feel like it's something you want me to answer, comment below and let me know, and we can continue the conversation. If you are feeling a way right now and you are grieving something, a loss of some sort, let's communicate in the comments, because you ain't alone, and you just not. And shit, I might, by the time this go up, I might be feeling the way, you know. my sister was in the army, tomorrow Memorial Day, I don't know. But I'm going to put this up, and I just hope that it reaches you all and everybody that God wants it to see. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe below. Make sure you like this video. Yeah, bye. Yeah, bye.